All right, so we got the other servant that got buffed with Cuckoo, Yan Qing, or Lunzi. I think Lunzi is just going to be his easiest pronunciation. This is again a redo of a video I did when he got his buff back in the most recent Halloween event on JP. He is just getting his MP buff with this recent patch of buffs, and it's definitely a very, very nice buff. Also, the beard is gone because my dad tricked me. He didn't fully explain how the clippers were gonna work with the clip guard. Shaved a big chunk of my beard off, so it all had to go. Yeah, he got me good. So now I look as babyface. I almost look as babyface as Yan Qing, almost. But this guy is also a shapeshifter, so it kind of doesn't even count. Base attack low, and especially when you consider assassin, 0.9 modifier. This is not good. This is the equivalent to again, not equivalent, but this is as if you brought the attack down by 10% or multiply it by 0.9. And for those that don't know, if you multiply a whole number by a fraction, the number goes down. Yeah. This is not exactly how the math in this game works, but that's your example for what that would do. Again, attack isn't everything. It's just one of the factors. Attack, though, is just one of those stats. No amount of buffs is going to change this number. You have to fully invest in it. You have to give him grails. You have to foe. All that good stuff. Star weight, star gen, assassin numbers. He is supposed to be stupid good star gen though, ridiculously good. 0.71% with triple quick, 1 arts, and a 5 hit extra. His extra attack honestly should be pretty good. There should be no issues with it. It will gen a lot of stars. It will gen MP. And because he's making so many stars, if you crit in the arts card, you're looking pretty good. Now, this first skill is what is buffed on JP. So this is the one part of his kit that is not available. And I think it's not as impactful as his MP buff, but it is pretty good. Originally, it was star weight 600% and MP gen for 1 turn. Cool. He crits on the quicken arts, he gets his MP, he MPs next turn. They didn't change anything about this part. But now, if you're fighting lawful, 30% power mod. If you're fighting evil, 30% power mod. Very similar to how Doman's buffs work. It's not if you're fighting a lawful evil opponent, you get 60% damage or 30% in one. I think there is a servant that has that very specific alignment. You get both. You get a total of 60% power mod. There are not that many servants that are lawful evil that you will get full advantage. There are not many servants he will get full class advantage on, and will be lawful evil. Sorry for the pause. Ivan and Maid Altar are his best use cases. He will obliterate these 3. So if you haven't gone through Lost Belt 1, and you're on JP, most people on JP probably wouldn't have him if they are at Lost Belt 1 still. They probably don't have them because they're new to the game. But against Ivan, he claps him. Maid Altar, he claps. Everyone else, he's fighting type neutral. Kira's the only one you really can't bring him to fight, and EO. But everyone else, he either has an advantage or neutral. And Wu Zetian is the only person that should not bring. But yeah, not surprising that most of the lawful evil servants are assassins. That really doesn't surprise me whatsoever. So yeah, this does a lot for his damage, not just face guard, but his MP. Second skill, this is his first buff. They took a star gen skill and made it actually good at 20%. Like, first off, they buffed the star gen by 1. They buffed it by 1% just to make it clean, because year 1 game design lol. Although he's more year 2 than 1, but he's not far off 1. He's really not that far off. They took star gen and made it quick and crit damage. So pretty much everything a quick servant would want. I mean, star gen, sure, but most assassin quick geners don't really need this. So this is just the cherry on top. Third skill, kills his star weight or reduces it by 100%. This does not mean he's not gonna get stars. It's just like he's less. This basically brings the star weight down to 50. And most, unless you're pairing him with like Avengers or Berserkers, he shouldn't be getting the stars at that point. Especially if you're putting with casters. Casters just will soak up the stars. And 20 star bomb here. So this is more of a turn 1 thing when you're just like trying to, you know, get the train rolling, pop this, get a few stars to crit on, and then next couple turns you just start jetting stars like crazy. Passives, 6% star gen, ruffian, crit damage and quick performance, beautiful. Like, there's no quick servant that would not want a passive like this. This is free real. His passives, they're like, he doesn't have that many, but they are literally everything a like star jetting servant would want. Star gen, crit damage, quick performance. I know I said like up here, star gen like lol barely does anything. It's still star gen on assassin. Like, it's not gonna do that much in the grand scheme of things, but that is still upping the star gen of a servant that already makes a whole lot of stars. No, I'm probably actually reading this wrong, like reading the idea of a star gen buff wrong, because I'm used to it from like Nero Bride. Like hers isn't 100%. But like Gil's star gen stat buff literally makes art star gen stars. He honestly doesn't need a buff that high. Like, he'll probably just go from genning like 20 stars to 30 stars. Like, if like, yeah, like probably that would, yeah, actually that might be pretty close to what happens. It's definitely not exact, but that would probably be close. Extra attack honestly would probably be best for him. He doesn't have any battery in his kit, but if you get mana loading, it really is just to get things started easier. It wouldn't, if he's supposed to be like a boss fighting servant, like just mana loading isn't enough for like what it would do for him over this, which would affect him in a longer fight. It would make his extra attack even better. And this is already a good extra attack. It's no 8-hit extra attack, but this is still really, really good. These numbers would make it good. The damage might not be all there because of the low base attack, but like, I care, unless your name is Morgan or Arjuna Alter, I don't really care how much damage your extra attack is doing. I'm more concerned about how well you're refunding and or jetting stars. That's just a preference for me, because I enjoy seeing my MP2 Berserkers hit like 100,000 damage on their extra attack against pretty much any class, but that's just me. That's just me. MP. This is the NA buff. 11 hit single target. Reduces quick resistance by 20% for 3 turns. Ups crit damage by 50% for 3 turns. And then OC is reduce enemy crit attack chance down by 20% at base. So He gets his MP. He hits them really hard, reduces their quick resist. So the next MP, he hits them even harder, or his face cards hit even harder and refund better. His crit damage goes up by a significant amount. Like 50% is not insignificant. That's what Waiver gives. That's, I believe, Himiko's base overcharge. And I think that's Van Gogh's MP1 base effect, if I'm not mistaken. Like obviously Van Gogh goes farther beyond for foreigners like themselves. Like herself, she gets 150, but that's Van Gogh. Comparing Van Gogh to any other servant that like ramps up crit damage is literally unfair, because how the fuck are you gonna beat 150% crit damage on an extremely spammable MP that is often used in conjunction with the same servant to really ramp that up? So this isn't a Van Gogh style ramp up, but there is not many servants that can get Van Gogh crit damage ramp up. Super Orion is the competition for that, and Super Orion pretty much goes just as fast, if not. No, Van Gogh I think goes way faster than Super Orion, but Super Orion would want more supports than just himself. Bond CE, quick performance, 15% crit damage. Merlin has a CE like this. I don't like him having this just because like he would want to be doing everything himself. This kit doesn't, none of these are party wide. All of his buffs are pretty much for himself. This is literally the only thing you can consider being party wide, and it's like killing his star weight, but it's getting 20 stars. So even then, I see this more selfish than selfless. Is he worth summoning specifically for? No, he's permanent. See this? There is no story locked here. There is no limited up here. This means you can get him at any time. I got him pretty often, but he is not worth summoning for specifically. He is very good. If you do not have Jack, yeah, MP damage, single target assassin. Oh, hold on. Yeah. If you are lawful evil, if he's fighting someone lawful evil, his damage beats out everyone. And this would be 3 turn damage. This, like, okay. So, Li Shuwen. Yes, he does more damage. But if you bring Yan Qing to fight whoever you would, Li Shuwen, and they are lawful evil, Li Shuwen's damage like this is for 1 turn. This is 3 turns. And it only gets, his number only gets higher because of the quick res down. So even like, and even if he has 1, he's now on this level, which, and these are considered, he's on the level of comma and Jack. I'm not counting Wu because Wu is Wu. She is not the best single target quick assassin, but these 2 are considered 2 of the best. He has potential. That's what you can say about him. He has potential to... Kama's not the best single target assassin because she does the most damage. She's the best because she charm blocks. Yan Qing, if you have like an MP5 version of him, he hits like, he'll probably be a better pick than your MP1 5 stars. Now, granted, not many people would have him at that level, but like MP2 or MP3, you're more likely to have that than you are even an MP1 comma. Like, you can get an MP3 Yan Qing again at any time, but getting an MP2 comma, listen, like, every time I have someone for comma, she sucks me dry like 500 plus quartz, and one of those times was with pity. Just because pity's, like, just because we have pity doesn't mean you should be banking on that every single time. I have terrible luck with comma. I'd probably be suffering same way. Yan Qing, he is on rate up. He's often on rate up. Like, he's not even like a rare servant. Like, I think I remember him being on rate up on JP like 3 times, at least twice within 3 months. Yeah, sorry for the rant. Like, I actually do enjoy like this servant's kit. He is not a bad servant at all. They have done this, man. It's actually kind of ridiculous how much like justice they've given this guy. He's gotten 1 interlude and 2 strengthenings. That's way more than most other servants that we'll ever see. Yeah. He's a good servant if you have him. You shouldn't summon for him though. All right. I have to try and see if I can save the rest of the challenge quest for my old PC. So I will see you guys in the next one. Peace. If you enjoyed this video, please drop a like, comment, sub, all that good YouTube stuff. I'm putting this at the end of the video because I'm really bad about selling out mid-video. So, thank you for watching.